WMNH, rip the knob off.
What a cool song. My God, what a cool song. I don't even want to play my regular theme music after that. I just want to go right into the show. That's Hail Mary by Shane Smith and the Saints. And Shane is going to be joining us. Our friend Billy Painter is going to be bringing Shane in on Skype at about 4:15, and we're gonna talk for a bit. He is a musical guest today. Obviously, we do some of that on the program, as well as politics and current events and so forth. I love talking with musicians, and I'm looking forward to talking with Shane. Yeah, that is a cool song. You know, I mean, it's got Well, I'll talk about it with him when he calls, but there are very specific things about that track that I appreciate that I just think are so cool. I hope you all liked it. Anyway, that is Shane Smith and the Saints with Hail Mary. You might be hearing that from time to time on the show in the future, even after our interview today, but he's going to be joining us in just a little bit at 4:15. Welcome, everybody. It's Matt Connarton Unleashed, and we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in glorious downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. Also on Comcast 97 if you're in Manchester, and hello to all of our online listeners across the nation and around the globe. You can go to my website, mattconnarton.com, for all of your live streaming options, social media links, contact info, show archives, etc., etc. Today is Tuesday, June 21, 2022. So it's nice to have you all with me. Let's see. Like I said, Shane is going to be joining us. I think I know there was January 6th hearings today. That has been ongoing, and we will get to that. You know, that's kind of the big, as I open the computer here for Skype, because I neglected to do that. Forgive me if I sound distracted. Someday I'm going to have a huge budget like Howard Stern, and I'm going to have like 20 people working for me. And there we go. And I'll be able to tell one of them to do that. Why isn't this working? It's karma for complaining. Okay, there we go. So, so I've got that set up. Should have done that before the show. I was running a little bit late getting here today. Things have been hectic. That's why I've got, for those of you watching online, yes, this is a first. I have the giant-size Monster Energy drink, which no one thinks I should actually be drinking those. Oh, okay. We might actually go to the Shane interview early. Let's see. I'm just going to let Billy know. Let's go ahead. It's been a little bit tricky. There's been a logistical concern with Shane today, only because he's on tour, and right now he is in the great state of Montana, and where he is, apparently they have, as is often the case in rural areas, they've got very spotty cell service there. So someone should talk to Senator John Tester from the great state of Montana about that, I think. Let's see. All right, so that's all ready. So they will be joining us. By they, I mean Shane, and he'll be connected by way of Billy. But the phone line will be open, so if you'd like to, if you have any questions or comments or anything at all for Shane while we have our discussion, 603-250-6007 is the number, 603-250-6007. You can also text me at 617-917-4476. Here we go. Shane, is that you? Uh-oh. Shane, can you hear me?
Yes, it's a little bit. I'm here, but I can. It's breaking up a little bit.
Okay. Do you?
Oh, I got you now. It's clear now.
Oh, wonderful. Skype is like that. Sometimes, I swear to God, it takes like 5 or 10 seconds for it to clear up after the initial connection. It's very strange. How are you? You're in Montana right now. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. I'm in Great Falls right now. We have a show tomorrow night up here in Great Falls, and then we're going over to Idaho, to Filer, Idaho, for a festival, and then after that we're going over to Oregon for another festival on Friday.
Excellent. Listen, I want to make sure I don't forget to do this, so I'm going to do this up front. I heard from a friend of yours today when we posted on social media that you were going to be joining us. Eli Howard messaged me. Now, I interviewed Eli a couple weeks ago on the show, and he said, Shane Smith is a good man. He helped us get lined out with a new trailer when ours got stolen. I owe that dude my life. So Eli Howard sending some love for you there.
Oh no, man, he's a sweet dude. We've known him for a long time, and yeah, I mean, it was a bummer when all that happened, but it's whenever stuff like that takes place as a band, it's kind of it's just a lot of people go through it, and a lot of people you find, will pull together for you just because they've been through it as well. And, we've gone through that stuff as well. And so I was happy to try to help out any way we could,
Yeah, absolutely. He and I were talking about how it kind of, it's so frustrating when something like that happens, but then it kind of restores some of your faith in humanity when so many people come forward to help out, which is really amazing. I wanted to talk to you, and we won't keep you too long. The connection's not great, but it's good enough to talk for a few minutes. And I know you got a busy schedule with the tour. But hey, by Billy's suggestion, I opened with that track "Hail Mary." What a great song, Shane! I love that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what I like about it. It's as best as I can describe it. I'm a musician, but sometimes, songs, as you know, they have certain intangibles that are hard to clearly define. But it's like it kind of sounds like something that would fit in the Americana radio format and so forth. But it's got kind of a heavy rock vibe underneath it. There's an intensity to it. And the way it's mixed and just absolutely fantastic. It's a heavy track for the genre that you're operating in, and I just really like it a lot.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's one of those that, man, if I could ever get featured on a film or something, I've always thought it would be so cool. It's just an epic track for to be put with any kind of cinematography, I think.
Oh, no doubt. And speaking of songs and films, or in this case, television, so you have a song on the television series Yellowstone. Do I understand that correctly?
Yes, sir. We had the song "All I See Is You" was featured on it in season 4 back in November, and for 2 different episodes, and it's been that's the first time we've ever had anything featured like that on film or TV or anything. And honestly, it was like the coolest experience, just because it's a show that we all really like, to begin with. And Taylor Sheridan, pretty much anything he puts his hands on, for the most part, like we just really respect his work in general. And so it was amazing. Yeah. Getting to be featured on that has helped us tremendously.
Yeah, it has to be surreal, and obviously in a very positive way to be able to watch that and hear your music in it. That's got to be incredible. And I feel like, too, with the music that you're doing, it would seem to lend itself to that. I wouldn't be surprised if you have more opportunities for that in the future for placement, or maybe there's things already in the works that we don't know about, but or that you can't reveal. I don't know, but I can imagine you having a lot of success with that going forward.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, we're obviously, really, really hopeful, and we'll just have to see what opportunities come up. But yeah, definitely. I mean, we're very hopeful that we can keep getting stuff like that, opportunities like that.
And you have a new song, a new single, I should say, Hummingbird, that we're going to be, Billy tells me this is your new single. So we're going to, after we conclude our conversation in a few minutes, we're going to play that today on the program. But is that right? That's the new single that just came out?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we just released it, I guess, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And it's a song I wrote with my buddy Jonathan Terrell in Austin. And he's got some awesome music as well, by the way, if you're open to looking up some new stuff, but it's Terrell, Jonathan Terrell.
Okay.
And anyways, he and I wrote that song together pretty much like during COVID. And yeah, then we went into the studio with our buddy Adrian Casada and recorded, and he's in a band called the Black Pumas out of Austin that are also just incredible. And anyways, and so yeah, we recorded it with him and then our buddy Ben O'Neill out of Los Angeles, and yeah, finally got to release it here in the last month.
Outstanding. Is are you on a label, or is everything, we live in an era where you can really kind of do everything yourself using the power of the internet, but I imagine you must have some sort of a management team or something, right? Because you're operating at a level where I'm sure you have a lot of support.
Yeah, we man, it's pretty much me and my wife. Like, my wife used to work in music a little bit, and she helped me early on with like establishing kind of like, we set up an LLC together and pretty much operate the entire thing like our own label. And it's called Geronimo West is the label that we operate under. And we've just intentionally tried to keep it like as completely in-house as possible and independent as possible. And and I'm really thankful that we did that. I know it required a lot more work out of us, like it always has, doing it independently. But at the end of the day, it seems to it's just, it's paid off really well, and it's just one of those things. If we're going to do this, like, we want to be able to hold the cards and know exactly what we're signing ourselves up for at any point in time, and be able to make the decisions and determine how much we want to tour, how much we don't want to tour, et cetera. And so it's nice, having the setup that we have. And we've been really fortunate during COVID. We got with a new management team called 7S Management that handle like Nathaniel Rateliff and Dogs and a lot of like really great kind of indie bands. And they have just helped us so much, over the last few years that we've been working with them, like, to set up our team to where it truly is like a legitimate label that we're operating. It's like some of the clients that we're working with is like Cobalt for publishing and 30 Tigers for distribution, and William Morris WME for our booking, and so it's really it's like being on a major label, but it's kind of our own deal.
That's excellent. And I just respect that so much. I really do. I come from a music industry background myself. And, it's just really smart, I think, to have that level of control over what you're doing, what happens to your music. And I put it that way very intently because, very often people don't necessarily get to control what happens to their music. You hear all the horror stories about bands or solo artists on major labels, and things are being done with their music that they didn't approve of or sign off on, and so forth. So,
right.
So I really admire that. By the way, where does the name come from? I love the name Shane Smith and the Saints. That's a cool name. Did that just come to you, or is there a meaning behind it?
Man, we, like early on when we first started, I guess for a couple months or something, it was Shane Smith and the Six Gun Saints. And
that's a mouthful.
And then, yeah, it's a mouthful. And we're buddies with Ray Wiley Hubbard and his wife Judy Hubbard, who manages him as well. And during that time, she was managing us and kind of took us under her wing to like help us, just get going. And they kind of broke it to us like, look, guys, you need to. That's a mouthful. Y'all need to shorten that or do something. And so, anyways, it ended up turning into Shane Smith and the Saints, and we stuck with that, and it's still a mouthful, honestly, but it's working out okay. So just gonna roll with it.
Yeah, I like it. It's funny. That's another thing you have in common with Eli Howard, because when I was talking to Eli Howard, I was like, man, that's such a cool name. Eli Howard and the Greater Good, and Shane Smith and the Saints. That's a very cool name. The other name, the other version of that was cool too, but yeah, a little bit of a mouthful, but
no doubt. A lot of syllables.
Absolutely. So, listen, I don't want to keep you too long. Like I said, I know there's a concern about connectivity. You're out there in Montana, But by the way, so your shows, I mean, are you headlining, or are you on tour with another band, or what's the situation there?
Man, so this entire summer we're on tour with the band Whiskey Myers, that are some buddies of ours from East Texas.
Okay.
And if you're not familiar with them, definitely check them out. They're incredible, and they, over the last few years, have really caught a huge break. And well, I mean, we've been opening for them since April on this tour, and we're kind of in the dead middle of it right now. It goes through pretty much the end of August, and but man, it's been amazing. I mean, we're opening the entire tour for them, and they're just crushing it on their own, and selling a lot of tickets right now. So it's just
good.
You know, we're super thankful to be out here with them. And right now, this week in particular, they have this week off, and we have 3 shows up here, kind of in the Pacific Northwest, roughly, you know, Montana, Idaho, Oregon. And so, you know, we're doing our own shows right now this week, and then we pick back up with them, I think, on July 7th over in Charleston, South Carolina.
Very cool. And their name is Whiskey Myers?
Yeah, Whiskey Myers.
That's a cool name too.
Yeah, man. They have some incredible music though. You should definitely go check them out.
Very cool. Yeah, I will do that. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, listen, Shane, thank you so much. I know it was a little dicey logistically and whatnot, Skyping in with us today, but I do appreciate it. And I do want to talk to you again soon and stay updated on all that you're doing in a moment. As soon as we get done, I'm going to play your the new single, Hummingbird, which I have not previewed. So I'm really looking forward to hearing that and sharing that with everybody here. But anything?
Gosh, well, thank you.
Absolutely. And by the way, do you want to mention your website and anything else that you want us to know about, social media, anything at all before we let you go?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much if you go to our website, it's shanesmithmusic.com, and I would highly recommend everybody download the app Bands in Town, like band, plural, Bands in Town. Mm-hmm. And you can track our tour on there and, you know, set it to where it'll notify you if we had a show within 100 miles of you or whatever you set it to. And I've just found that, you know, the people that catch our shows most regularly when we're on tour are the ones that are aware that we're going to be in their area. And it's 90% of them use that app. And, you know, I don't get paid anything to say that, but it just, you know, it just seems to work really well for our fans to keep up with what we're doing on tour. And yeah, just go check us out on Spotify or wherever you stream your music. And yeah, I hope you like the new single.
Excellent. And Billy Painter, he did share in the in our Facebook chat, shanesmithmusic.com, which is a very cool website. Of course, I was looking at that, and you got all the tour dates on there and a lot of great stuff. I'm kind of a website nerd, so I like nice websites, and I think your website is outstanding. So I'll just mention that too. But all right, Shane, we'll let you get back to it. I'm going to play Hummingbird. Thank you so much for joining us today, my friend. I appreciate it, and we will talk again in the future.
Yeah, man. Thank you as well.
All right.
Have a good one. All
right. You got it, man. Stay safe. Bye-bye.
See you.
All right. Wonderful. That was Shane Smith of Shane Smith and the Saints. And we're going to play this. This is Hummingbird. This is the new single. Just came out pretty recently. So we're going to play this, and then we'll come back and we'll move on to some other things. But I really enjoyed talking to Shane. Like I said, I would have liked to have talked to him more, but I could tell that the connection was getting a little dicey. Like I said, out there in Montana, it's one of those square states. You know, the states that are square shaped, I think they have lesser technology or something. No, I'm just kidding. Well, not really, but anyway, here it is. This is Hummingbird, Shane Smith and the Saints, and then we'll come back and I'll see you on the other side of this track. Looking forward to hearing this.
fast as it can, dying to win. God only knows what you're looking for. Search high and low, let me help you find it. Hold me in there, don't fly so far away. I think the answers you seek are right underneath your wings. If you only slow down enough to breathe a mind, girl, let go of the weight of this world. I got the love that you need. I got the love that you need. Baby, take a minute, take a while, look around. And every now and then just to let your feet touch the ground. Yeah. God only knows where you're flying to. Yeah, but you're not alone, babe, I'm right behind you. Hold me in, bird, don't fly so far away. I think the answers you seek are right underneath your wings. If you only slow down enough to breathe a mind, girl, let go of the weight of this world. I got the love that you need. Yeah, babe, I got the love that you
Wow, what a great voice. I really like that a lot. That is Hummingbird. That's the new single from Shane Smith and the Saints. And thank you again to Shane for Skyping in with us. And as always, thank you to Billy Painter from Outlaw Radio for hooking that up and also actually handling the Skype connection for us and working all that out logistically, which I know was a bit of a challenge because of where Shane is out there in Montana, out on tour. So good for him, though. Shane Smith and the Saints. We'll play another track at the top of the hour. But right now we have Ron on the line with us. Hi, Ron.
Man, wow, that guy's great.
Yeah.
Is he a country music singer? Is that what I'm listening to, or was that song country music?
I mean, the song's sort of alt country, I guess I would call it. But I mean, it's a little bit, yeah. I mean, I guess you would hear that on a country station probably, but it kind of straddles that line between country, Americana, alt country. That Hail Mary track is I think would be alt country. It's got kind of a rock vibe underneath it. That I love that. I'm going to play that again probably at the end of the show today to kind of bookend the show. Hail Mary. What a great track that was. But that was nice too. Hummingbird. That's a nice track.
I hate when I hear a song and I absolutely like it, but I didn't hear it enough to know what the meaning was and what the word was. Like, I really, really, really love the song, but right now I couldn't tell you what it's about.
Well, Ron, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's whatever it means to you.
Yeah. Well, I hope to hear it again is what I can, maybe someday, sometime, because,
no doubt.
That was a spot on. That guy's, I'd love to see that get on the radio and be played everywhere, because that was good.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's all.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I think Shane Smith and the Saints have a lot of success in their future. I really do.
Yeah.
But,
wow,
man,
all right. Yeah. I was really enjoying that. But
good. I'm glad.
Cool.
I'm glad. Well, I'm glad you liked it, Ron.
All right, I guess that's it. I'll let you run the show, and I'm going to listen in and see what's going on.
All right, my friend. Thank you for the call.
Thank you. Take care.
All right, you got it. Bye-bye. All right, that was our friend Ron. Yeah, no, that's nice. Really nice song. Like that Hail Mary track, though. Wow. If you missed the beginning of the show, I'm going to play that again today, probably at the end of the show. I'm going to play another track of his at the at the top of the hour. But I think I'm going to end the show with the way we began with that Hail Mary song. That was so good. Come on down to the Hop Knot at 1000 Elm Street, Manchester's premier craft beer and gourmet pretzel bar. Tell us more, Trudy.
We make our dough fresh every day. We make a variety of styles of pretzels and serve craft beer, cocktails, and a few bottles of wine. We do the traditional pretzel, and we have multiple flavors for that. We also do stuffed pretzels, pretzel sandwiches, free dessert pretzels, and pretzel knots.
The Hop Knot in the Brady Sullivan Plaza at 1000 Elm Street.
WMNH, rip the knob off.